Setting clear boundaries in your life, getting to know your mate or your partner. We know this is a good topic tonight, so we want everybody to join in. In getting to know your partner or your mate, we need to set clear boundaries in a relationship to avoid people from being misunderstood or someone taking advantage of you, or offsetting you to make you feel frustrated. We need to know what our personal boundaries are. In other words, we must know our bottom line. If you don't know how to figure out your boundaries or your bottom line, just think about the people who make you angry, or one that makes you have resentment, whether it's with your spouse, your children, your mate, your friends, or anyone that gets on your nerve. That can give you an idea what it means to have clear boundaries if you want to get some things straight. And the reason we need to set clear boundaries are because people who you are in a relationship with they'll know where you stand. And people in a relationship of any kind need to sit down and discuss their boundaries together, such as their financial issues, family matters, sexual issues, how much time you want to spend together, and so on. And results of this, to do all these things, as time goes on, people's boundaries may change. And if you got a good communication with the person that you're dealing with, if you decide that you don't want to be in a situation anymore, by you having an understanding with each other, you can let a situation go without a lot of hostility. And the effect of the limitation must be reasonable and fair on each side. So lady, by saying this, we're getting ready tonight to discuss setting clear boundaries, getting to know your mate or your partner. And we have some questions here that we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to ask questions. If anyone got anything else they want to input with this, they can hold up their hands. We want everybody to pitch in and be a part of this. I pass out some papers with 4 questions on it, but you may decide you want to talk about something else. But our first question is going to be, how long do you think it should take for you to know your partner, your mate ways? Let's talk about it. Anybody want to make a suggestion on that or talk about it? Let's elaborate.
First of all, you never know everybody's ways.
No, you never know one person.
Well, one person, yeah.
You got
Never, yeah. Because you're learning every day.
And life's inputs causes my ways to change. Things that go on in my life have caused me to change over the years. Some things I mellowed in and some things I hardened in. You know, my children, I be wanting to kick them out. And my grandchildren, I just want to spoil. You know, so life changes things. You just cannot have a clear-cut line with life because too many things change. Yes.
And as you're saying, as you grow older, even though you say you want to use the scriptures, but as we are believers, as you grow older and more mature into the word, then some things just don't appeal to you no more.
Yes.
And so, then you gotta, then you just don't, you're just not interested in that. And so a person really, it's a learning process.
And even though you're with a person and you see them one way and you all are growing together, something might happen in the other person's life that takes them another way,
Yes.
where you don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that you don't want to be with that person, it's just that their life is not going where you want your life to go.
And you never get to know them. You're always changing.
That's right.
You never know them. I don't care how well you think you know a person. You don't always know them.
So what are some examples that could change a person's ways if you think you know them and then they switch out on you? What? Give me some examples. Anybody got any examples?
Just life itself.
A lot of times people go through midlife crisis. You know, there might be one person when you met. I've been married for 30 years in August.
Okay.
one day, 1 week, 1 year, so 5 years, you're fine. Another 5 years, you might not be so fine.
Okay.
Because people change, they see things, sometimes they follow other people's doing stuff, and you know, it's just who, a lot of times it's who they're dealing with. Who
Exactly.
they're associated with, they pick up somebody that happens with something.
Okay.
But it's up to you to try to work it out or to make, you know, see what changes you can make, because people change every day. I know I change every day. Because I remember when I would hit the street. That's what I wanted to do. And I did it. Well then, you know, as you get older, you start thinking about what is that doing to you. So then you turn around and you decide that you're gonna, you know, do what's right. But then some people don't. So when they get older, they get worse. So it depends on, you know, who you are and who you're dealing with. And who they're dealing with a lot of times. Because a lot of people who deal with people that do a lot of stuff, they see it, they're like, I'm gonna try that. And that's what happens.
Sounds good.
But even inside of ourselves, there ought to be adjustments, some tweakings. You know, you used to wear a lot of makeup, now you don't wear a lot. You used to wear the heels and all that, you don't do it anymore. And sometimes the other person expects you to continue. And you saying, I can't wear those heels like I used to. Yeah, but you look real good in them. And that's the part of, you know, men sometimes love what they see, not so much love you.
Amen.
And when they love what they see and you change what they see, it also changes them. And we be trying to make it be, but he loved me. He said, no, I did. And he did not know then that it wasn't about you. It was about what you do, what you did, how you act. I have a friend girl who married and she met the fella from Jersey. She's from Central Florida. She met the man from Jersey, and they had this wild fling in college. And then they got, her daddy talked to her, and she said, no, but that's the one I want. I want him. But then after she got married, she got saved, and things changed. And then they were having much problems because she's got this little straight-laced idea about marriage and sex, and he's saying, but we was wild and we did everything, and now you changing out on me. And so sometimes, even though we see things happening, we have to adjust to it to stay with that person. You have to make some adjustments.
It's true, because my first husband, only one first, he said, you got old on me.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm mature. He the one wanted to stay when we were like in high school. And he said, you just got old on me. I said, no, I didn't.
Well, most of the time, you know, women have a lot of chores and stuff to do and take care of the children and stuff. And we get to the point where we tired. And we doing the women thing around the house, everything, taking care of the kids, cleaning up the house,
I'll
cooking stuff.
admit to you, there's some men who don't care nothing about the house.
Well,
That's very true.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know, but a woman have a lot of things that they have to do. A lot of time a woman have to pay the bills, she have to figure out this, she have to figure out that, and we just get wild and tired. And some men just don't understand it. They figure, you know, well, whatever you're doing, you gotta put that aside and give me what I want.
I believe, because I'm more mature now than I was then. Because at one point, I didn't care, my babies need this, I don't want to hear nothing about you, want to go out and drink with the boys. My baby needs some shoes, we need to pay the light bill, I don't care what you're saying. If you want to go to the football game, fam's football game, we need the money to go get the baby some shoes with. Today I understand that there were some adjustments that I could have made to help him make, to suggest, you know, I said the smartest woman in the world is to make the man think I'm doing that.
No, that's right.
You know, work him to death, but make him think that was his decision. And if I just could have said to him about the game every so often, let me take a little money put aside so when you get ready to go to football game, we go to football game. but that wasn't my thinking at the time. Today, I know that there are a lot of things that I could have done better, and maybe the marriage would have held. But he wanted to go out on Friday night, on Saturday night, and I'm saying, we go to church on Sunday. So now if you want to go, you go by yourself, but I'm not going. I got to take out my babies, I got to do this, I got to do that. Well, maybe I could have suggested, let's go out, but let's not stay out so late.
But isn't it amazing after the fact that we can realize the things that we've done wrong to make it better?
Yeah.
What can we do to make it better before we wait too late? What do we do?
I think it's a
Teach.
learning process. I think you have to go through that to get where we are. You know, you can tell people all day long what they should do. But at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they feel in their heart. So I think that we, as a mature people, you have to go through certain things to reach that maturity.
Yeah.
To bring another,
Yeah.
and if the person that you love, if you're kind of being an oak and bending a little bit, and they can see you're bending a little bit, but you're snapping back, I think after a while, if they are really for you, then they're gonna start to bend and do things too. But it's a learning process. I think that's just something you have to go through, regardless.
And I think that it, like you're saying, it takes both parties to make a change.
Change, it does.
It ain't just one person should do all the changing. Because then you become to a place where you're nothing and a nobody.
That's right. You're not
And
yourself
then
anymore. That's right.
they just take control.
You're like,
And-
they want you to be an Edith Bunk or somebody?
Yes.
Yes, Archie.
Yes.
Yes, Archie.
Yes. But in a relationship, that means that both parties is trying to find the difference in each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that we can grow together and develop. And a lot of times we do, because black women are very, very strong.
Dominant.
I wouldn't use the term. They're very strong. I'll leave it at that. But anyway, if they mess around there and give us all the leeway, we will work it. We will work it. So a man got to realize that he got to take a stand.
Yes.
And he got to be a man and not a boy.
Yes.
Because women need men, not
Yes.
boys.
Yes.
And especially when you're very young, you marry, because I married when I was 18, so it was very young age. So, so it's a lot of adjustments have to come. And I'm growing faster than my mate grows
Yes.
into maturity.
Most time women do.
Because when you have 5 spring up babies, you ain't got no other way but to grow.
Yes.
And so you got to get on the same wave. It's more to life than just because a lot of black people think that if a man go out and work and provide for his family, that's all is needed. No,
it's not.
that's not all needed. I had a good person that was a good provider, but it was other things that needed.
Yes.
And you need to make, other words, you got to learn how to grow and be compatible to each other.
Yeah.
As the word saying, I use that term, how can two walk together unless they agree? So if you got all these differences of opinions and can never come and put them on the table and make resolution with them, well, you're going to grow apart.
Yes.
It's bound to grow apart.
Yeah.
So we got to learn how to listen.
Yeah.
Most of all, I learned in life that one person can't do all the talking
Yes.
and never hear what the person part is saying.
Yes.
You got to learn how to hear intimately what they are talking about so that you can identify what's the problem. You don't know the problem until you hear the problem.
That's right.
I'm through.
Come on, don't stop now. Don't stop now. That's good.
Okay.
Very true.
Anybody else got anything to say about number 1? If not, we'll move on to number 2. How much time do you think it should take for you to get relaxed with your mate or your partner? I know everybody got a different time limit. Some people can do it in a night.
Go ahead,
You know where I'm coming from. When we gonna get? How long you think it should take before you get intimate with the person that you're involved with, if you're not already married?
Yeah, cause see, you got 2 things. You're talking about a one night stand and then a partner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and somebody I was listening to, Sarah Omaka, last night, and she's saying there's nothing holy in anything but marriage. So when you start talking about partners or your mate or your significant other, there is no holy place for that.
That's right.
Okay? And so,
That's where the Bible comes in, the scripture, the word.
yeah, if I take it and say, okay, I'm gonna hold you off for 6 months and then sleep with you, it's just as unholy 6 months later as it was the first day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So getting relaxed with that person is okay, cause I don't think I was relaxed after 10 years.
And then that's where those kids, young people don't understand either. They think, okay, you can go to bed with this one,
Yeah,
cause I know him for a little bit.
yeah,
Then they find out they get comfortable going to bed. Then when they break up, they go to bed with that one. So like
Yeah.
I'm saying, until they be taught the right thing,
yeah.
Yeah.
there's no such thing as being relaxed.
Yeah.
Because I myself, as a young lady, I held them all for a year. And then I got pregnant. But that's what I felt like. He gonna break up with me, but then I didn't know I was gonna get pregnant after. But that first time it did it, and it did it.
Don't take
But
one.
they don't take it. So there's no such thing, but you know, as we women, you have to teach that young lady, it's
Yes.
no such thing as being relaxed.
Right.
Because you're gonna jump from bed to bed to bed to bed, and then you're gonna feel like when you do find that person, they may